what's going on in Baltimore because we know Philly's running away with the East, but let's see what Baltimore's doing. Hold on. Oh shit, I gotta turn it up. All right, here we go.
After a number of shootings here in the Park Heights neighborhood over the past couple of days, police have identified one of the victims as 24-year-old Jaleel George. Those close to him say that he was an aspiring real estate mogul that may have been caught in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I can't even begin to fathom in my wildest imagination how something like this could have happened outside of mistaken identity.
Terry Uncle T. Williams, CEO of the Challenge to Change mentoring program and close friend of Jaleel George, telling 11 News the whole thing just doesn't make sense. Police say Wednesday, just before 3 in the afternoon, George was shot in the arm and head here on Oswego Avenue. He died at the scene.
I could never see anything in him that would question whether or not he was into some sort of foul play.
George was an up-and-coming real estate investor working with some of the top in his field. Williams says he would do tours of neighborhoods with him and says George wanted to make a difference in his community.
So no one finds it odd that this man has lived in this city for how many years, and he still thinks there has to be some kind of rhyme or reason to why somebody gets killed. Like, that's just weird.
I think though, processing it, like, he's probably in that state of shock because you go through what's the 7 steps of this shit. He may be in the shock and denial. He may be in one of those phases where he's just like, because like, listen, man, this brother right here was not like, he's not that guy, man. So you just wonder, you just like, listen, man, I get where you come from. I'm not denying where you come from, but I mean, like remember that time we did a story maybe a month ago. This white guy was in DC. He was electrical contractor working on like one of these buildings in the projects, working on electric wiring. And the son man just came up and killed him. And they caught him on security camera and stuff, whatnot, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, sometimes it's just like, we just come through like the shadow of death, like a shadow, like just a ray of death, a death beam, and then we're gone. And people are left to pick up the pieces. You know what I'm saying? And they're confused, man.
It's that, and then it's also the Sun Man can be a chameleon. So he can be doing great things on one hand with a certain group of people, and then he can be a totally different person with another group of people. And sometimes the negative group of people that he is with crosses over, and then the group of people that he's with when he's doing good, like, what in the world? That's not who he is. But yeah, it is who he is, just not with you.
So your theory is that this guy may have been into some bullshit on this, you know what I'm saying?
Especially in Baltimore.
Okay. I'm not picking that up, but hey, man, I'm open to it, man. I don't know. Let's see, man. Maybe the truth is in the pudding, though. So let's see.
He died at the scene.
I could never see anything in him that would question whether or not he was into some sort of foul play.
George was an up-and-coming real estate investor working with some of the top in his field. Williams says he would do tours of neighborhoods with him and says George wanted to make a difference in his community. He believes he was in Park Heights eyeing up his first property.
This was his first home. This was his first investment. Man, this was this young, bright, brilliant young king, first property. So I'm almost sure he was back there analyzing, the property, taking a good look at it, and he was probably.
Oh, see, that's another thing too. Like, who was this? We riding through some niggas that shot at us last night, and we coming back through their hood, and ain't nobody outside because niggas ain't gonna be outside because they know get back coming through. And we ride through, we scouring the streets, we riding the very block, and we don't see nobody outside. And then we see this nigga, he not in a suit. He dressed like a homie. He working on the house. He, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, there go one of them niggas right there. That could have been, you know what I'm saying?
That as well. But
So
usually in Baltimore, it's such a small city. They know
Baltimore's not
faces.
small. Baltimore is not small, Jack. Balt- Coming from DC, they say DC small. DC small for people who go to the Go-Go's, and everybody go to the Go-Go and know each other from the club. But DC is not a small city. And I think Baltimore is the same way. Maybe if you in that little house music and you go to the club or you fucking hang out in certain, you know, you but Baltimore is huge. I was in Baltimore what maybe a year or two ago, and I was stunned by how big it was, by how vast the proper, and I'm not talking about the county too. I'm just talking about Baltimore proper was. You know what I
Gotcha.
mean?
Because I was just going to ask, are you including the county as well?
Yeah, no, I'm just talking about Baltimore proper. These places, I mean, I guess they're small if you compare them to fucking New York City. But I mean, take New York City out of it. These places are not small, man. And you got Sunmen everywhere. And listen, just everybody don't know everybody. Everybody don't know everybody in the city. And
Fact.
and if you were riding through and we're fucking looking for some ops and we're hunting and nobody's outside, we mad as shit. And then we see somebody, we just make a split Sunman rash decision. I don't know. It could. I'm not saying that that's what happened, but for this guy to get shot, that's not his hood. The way he's saying it, the way this brother's explaining it, he never said, "Oh yeah, he was right in his own community." You know what I'm saying? Like this brother was probably in a neighborhood that he was only there because the house he was investing in was there. And had he been a white man, nobody would have given it a second thought. Had he been an hombrito, nobody would have given him a second look. But he's a son, man. He's milling around and shit. I mean, if the ops come through, they may mistaken him for now. I don't know, but I think the proof is gonna come out. The truth is gonna come out.
bright, brilliant young king, first property. So I'm almost sure he was back there analyzing, the property, taking a good look at it, and he was probably pretty pleased with what he seen. But then what he seen when he looked up,
Williams says he has reached out to George's family and says the situation frustrates him greatly, seeing what could have been cut down senselessly.
he showed me the possibilities of a young black man in Baltimore City, striving and thriving for greatness and want to see his city beautified.
And friends say that there will be a vigil held this Saturday from 3 to 4 at Western Tech to honor Jaleel George. For more information, we have some links on our website, WBALTV.com, and on our mobile app. In Park Heights, I'm Lowell Melser, WBAL TV 11.
Now, the
Yeah,
other
man.
thing I will say too is I don't know if you remember the story where the father was building, I think it was a fence in his backyard for his children to kind of keep them away from the riffraff. And he ended up getting shot, and then the police ended up completing the fence. Do you remember that story?
What city
In
was
Baltimore.
this?
In
Oh,
Baltimore.
Baltimore. Nah, man, that's terrible.
Yeah. So I was going to say that it could have been a thing of that as well, where, this brother's, or this son guy, man, is, looking at properties or something. And, just as you always state, just that chance of coming to some son man like, yo, what the fuck is you doing? Or things like that. And then, a disagreement
Yeah,
comes in, and then shots, and then somebody ends up getting murdered. But yeah, there was an incident maybe a year and a half or two where a father was building a fence around his the property, because properties are very small in Baltimore, but he was building a fence so his children could have some sense of peace and tranquility. And some sunmen came up, and an argument sparked off, and the father ended up getting shot. and then the Baltimore police ended up.
Did he die?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
unfortunately.
I put it in
Yeah.
the back chat, Ak. I put a YouTube on it in the back chat.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
And
Let's go ahead, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Jaleel, he was never born to fit in. He was born to stand out the way he did.
Nearly 150 people came together outside Western Tech Saturday. Photos of 24-year-old Jaleel George lined the lawn.
And I just think back to that big grin and that big smile.
The aspiring real estate mogul was gunned down Wednesday while walking through a potential investment property in Park Heights.
I mean,
called it. He was walking around looking for investment.
yeah, I mean, like it's really,
Or that was his property. I didn't hear.
no. This is his first investment. Salute
I
to
gotcha.
Stunner, man. This is his first investment, man. Man, this stuff hurts, man. These stories hurt your soul, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like
it's like what I said the other day. The worst of us loves even randomly taking out those of us who are actually trying to be productive, trying to be citizens, and we just, whether by accident or by conspiracy, they get us.
Nobody can climb out of the crab bucket, man. The crabs won't let the other crabs escape.
Yeah, I don't even think it's a conspiracy. I just think it's, that's just what they programmed to be,
Yeah, it's more like there's a whirlwind of death that surrounds the crabs that, incidentally destroys other crabs around them.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, when you see a brother like this and you see those people that are out, like when you can tell a lot by the people that are out. These don't look like janky hood rat people. All of them. They look like, people that went to school with them, and maybe college people that went to college with them. These people look relatively clean. They don't look, busted, and it looked like these some decent people that they represent them well.
Yeah.
It's just
but
and
again,
ain't a balloon in sight.
And what?
Ain't a balloon in sight.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's just doesn't seem like that ghetto-fied crowd. So that kind of makes me think that maybe he was maybe he wasn't like a booger. But you never know. Like you said, you never
Yes. Know. And that's the sad thing. You just never know.
Yeah. Shit. Oh my God, man. These ones bother me, man. But let's go.
Photos of 24-year-old Jaleel George lined the lawn.
And I just think back to that big grin and that big smile.
The aspiring real estate mogul was gunned down Wednesday while walking through a potential investment property in Park Heights. Friends say George was a man with a vision, with a bright future ahead.
He wanted to take his own path and get into real estate, and he started wholesaling with Harmony, flipping houses, and just closed on his first deal.
They say he constantly motivated others and dreamed of making Baltimore a better place. Friends hope to pick up where he left off.
You talked to me about your ambitions. You talked to me about how excited you was to complete your first flip. And then you're not going to get a chance to witness it.
Local real estate investor Will Rogers says George was making a difference in Baltimore, and now he wants to see the city do the same by taking action to prevent the violence.
We need to get these guns off the street.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
Well, that's close, right? We need to get these Sunmen off the street.
Right. But we got to get these guns off the street is the equivalent to, in my opinion, I'm sorry that I wanted to defund the police.
Right.
I mean, it's the best you're gonna get out of these fucking Sun people.
It's almost act like, oh, this piece of shit wouldn't have done what he did if it wasn't for the gun. He would have done what he does.
Right,
He's a
like
piece of shit.
the cops in Baltimore are fucking. They getting like 800 legal guns off the street every month. You know what I'm saying? Rousting these fucking Sunmen and shit and these vice squads. Because, you know, the vice squads are back. These vice squads in these cities are fucking hitting these blocks hard. You seen The Wire, how they ran up on those niggas on the block? They get guns off the streets of Baltimore all the time. Like, that's not the problem. It's the Sunmen are fucking shooting people in the DAs and the prosecutors. The DA there is a sister. The mayor is a brother with a big ass afro.
Well, the DS, she's out. She's about to be out.
Mosby, okay,
Yeah, she's gone.
Yeah,
she's still there, but you know she got voted out.
Was it
the
her
next
that
one ain't gonna be no different.
did she had a scandal, right?
I hope she's going to be different, Mayo. But you know, I mean, I hope the new guy's going to be. I forget his name, but it's a new guy. He's talking different.
He won't be different, man. He wouldn't have gotten elected in Baltimore if he was different. You have to think about that.
He talked a different game, Ox. So we just got to wait and see.
Salute to my man TC, man. TC, he says, we appreciate your Rumble show. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. Salute to my man, Elevate TN. He said, what's happening, Captain? Yeah, man. Salute to y'all. Coming through with the PayPals and the Cash App. Salute to you guys, man. Yeah, man. Listen, I'm just a little sad about this one. Let me just let it play.
Prevent the violence.
We need to get these guns off the street. I am personally willing to put up $10,000 of my own money to start the gun buyback program back into the city.
You get a whole bunch of wooden fucking fucking guns and shit. Every gun
bunch of broke ass single shot shotguns.
You think they're aware that like everything that they suggest has been tried 1,000 other times in every other city and indeed in Baltimore and has not worked really?
And the person who brings back a gun is not the same type of person that's gonna fucking shoot your fucking homeboy. That was
Absolutely not.
It's not the same person. It's somebody that's got a bunch of old fucking wooden guns lying around, and they say, "Oh, it's a gun buyback." Shit, go give me some money, man.
Right from the veteran grandfather.
Someone's husband passes away and leaves a gun in the house, and the widower takes it down there. Some shit like that. It ain't no gangbangers.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Can you imagine what that would look like? That shit would be. I can't even imagine it. All these pieces of shit dudes lined up with their switches and their extendos and their lasers.
Yeah, man, I'm just trying to do my part for the community. Feel me?
Yeah, put the guns down.
And hey, Wicked. Oh, I'm sorry, Rob. No, I was just gonna say, Wicked. Another come to quote unquote come to Jesus moment is the gun thing, and I was it's the issue is with the guns. It's too many guns. It's just too many guns. It did, you know, with Ak, because Ak and Ak Nation. No, it's not the effing guns. It's the people who have the guns, because gliders have tons of guns and tons of ammunitions, and they're not freaking shooting the people that's around them with the guns.
Very great point.
Period.
In fact, nobody else is doing that.
No one else is doing that.
And to your point, not only do they have a lot of guns, but they're also impoverished. So there goes that one with it, you know? Impoverished.
Yeah.
Hey, there's more poor gliders than some, man.
And they're not like. I'm sure there's like a bunch of degenerates amongst them, no doubt about it. But they're not murdering each other.
Oh, tons of degenerates.
Yeah,
tons of them.
Listen, it's a bunch of drawn-faced, fucking ain't shit ass gliders up here, and the women look like shit. And I'm telling you, man, but they are different. Like, they ain't shit like, you know what I'm saying, like in a different type of way. They can argue with each other. You know how many times I've seen gliders argue? Like, I'm talking about public. They out in the front yard arguing and shit, and then just walk away. And I'm
No
like,
one's
there's
murdered.
no way a Sunman could do that. Even some bitch ass Sunmen. I'm talking about some Sunmen that's not killers. Somebody would become a killer that day. Cause it's like we just can't argue. You see gliders argue all the time, tell each other off, and it's no fucking and they just walk away. It's just the darndest thing.
One thing I've come to find is that the sound of an argument and a glider argument and a sun argument are totally different. Like you can tell what you're coming around the corner if you know.
The energy. It's the energy. Yeah, there's a lot of when you hear sons arguing, it's definitely more aggressive and more less reason. The things that the gliders are saying, they're like reasoning with each other. They're like appealing to each other's logic. With some arguing, they're like, constantly up in the ante and constantly saying things escalated.
Right.
But yeah.
Yo, but me, to be honest, the way I see this, I'm pro Second Amendment. I really am. But what you just said about the Baltimore police taking guns out of the street, I support that because these guys cannot have guns because they're gonna shoot kids.
Yeah, exactly.
And just one more
raise easily a few $100,000.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say just one more thing. When gliders argue, there's no fear of someone's about to get murdered. When some people argue, it's like, oh no, something is really bad is about to go down.
Yeah,
and
back into the city.
You can feel it.
I'm sure
you
that I
can
can
feel
raise
it.
a few $100,000 from other investors to help do the same thing. Jaleel was a good kid, not involved in any street business, and this should have never happened to him.
So far, there have been no arrests in the murder of Jaleel George. If you know anything, you're asked to call police or Metro Crime Stoppers. Live at Baltimore Police
The reason I think this is mistaken identity is because of a case that happened in Baltimore. Hold on. It happened in Baltimore not too long ago, about 10 months ago. This case right here, I'm going to play it.
Of a Baltimore City Police lieutenant was shot to death this week, and now the reward for anyone with information that leads police to an arrest concerning his death is up to $18,000.
WMER2 News' Brittany Werner went back to the neighborhood where it happened today, and Brittany, neighbors, they say they kind of feel like the crime is creeping a little bit closer and closer to their homes.
Yeah, and detectives were passing out these flyers today on that block where the shooting happened, and neighbors who live there said they would like to see their presence in the area a lot more.
These police,
nice.
They not doing their job out here.
These police is not doing their job.
A lot more.
These police.
God, I love it when they say polices.
They not doing their job out here. We don't get patrol up here.
Ma'am, didn't you just say defund the police? Did you just say defund the police? How they supposed to get patrols up here with less police?
Neighbors like Christine Wright are furious after their block became a crime scene.
Didn't hear no shots or nothing.
James Blue III was shot to death Tuesday afternoon in the 1400 block of Walker Avenue.
And I couldn't believe that somebody got shot on this block. Been living on Walker Avenue.
He's a contractor, and this was a property that he was renovating.
I couldn't believe that somebody got shot on this block. Been living on Walker Avenue for 24 years, and this is the first episode that I know of the killing.
Wright says she was home when it happened, but had no idea what was going on until she stepped outside.
Oh, I was shocked. I was really shocked.
Other neighbors share the same sentiment.
Oh, this the guy. I never saw him before, but I thought it was a teenage guy.
Because he was overly there renovating, remodeling the house. He's not from there.
Like I said, it's too close to home. It's real close to home. I know that.
One neighbor off camera says her car was hit by a bullet just 5 minutes after she returned home. Wright says it's why they want to see a larger presence from police.
More patrol up and down Walker Avenue. I feel sorry for their family. I pray for their family. But this killing in Baltimore needs to stop. Absolutely. And we need help. We need help.
That reward is now up to $18,000.
Okay, so that's what happened. Now let me take you to the update.
Well, in another story, we are learning more tonight about the possible motive in the murder of a Baltimore police lieutenant's husband.
Yesterday, we told you about concerns the teenage suspect should not have been out on the streets because of 2 open warrants linked to him. WJZ investigator Mike Kelvin joins us live now from police headquarters with the latest. Mike?
Vic, Denise, officially, police are tight-lipped about a motive. But tonight, sources are shedding new light onto why this killing happened.
The male shot in a black vehicle.
Damn.
Going back to an 09 Honda, registered
Yeah,
to
he
a...
rolled up and he killed that guy. Like, it wasn't like he just shot at him. He assassinated that guy.
Yeah, he wanted him dead.
Yeah.
James Edward Blue III.
Why would someone want to kill James Blue? The respected father of 3 was shot over and over again at close range as he waited for an appliance delivery outside a home he'd recently bought as a fixer-upper.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying now, WP?
I do, but at the same time, why would somebody just run up on this dude and at close range? It's always. I hear you, bro. I hear you but it's always, you just never know what the son man is doing in his other life.
I got
Didn't we have a contractor killed sitting in the yard waiting to get started there?
Yeah, that's
just 3 months ago.
That's him.
Look at that crime scene, though.
I mean,
deliberate.
think about it. Think about it. We talking about
emptied the clip in his face.
Right. That's personal.
Well, not really.
Were these properties foreclosures? Maybe.
There's something more to this,
It might be
Mayo.
former occupants.
There's something more, Mayo. There's something more to this.
Listen. You get killed by a 16-year-old. You get killed by a 16-year-old Baltimore thug. It doesn't have to make sense. A 16-year-old Baltimore thug. It's not like he got killed by a grown man. He got killed by a fucking hoodlum.
Appliance delivery outside a home he'd recently bought as a fixer-upper. Police had already ruled out that his wife's job as a lieutenant in BPD Internal Affairs was behind the killing. Now, multiple sources tell WJZ this is a case of mistaken identity. That Blue was killed because the suspect was suspicious of why he was just sitting in his car talking on his phone for so long, when Blue was only...
You see what I'm saying?
Yikes.
The suspect probably thought he was a cop staking out his house or something.
Jeez.
No, if he thought he was a cop, he wouldn't have shot him.
Barely thought about it at all. Probably just walked up and saw an opportunity to rob.
Fuck away if he thought it was a cop. But he said, listen to what they said. I mean, they investigated. They talked to the guy. They talked to the team. They talked to people people close to the situation. And this is what they came up with. So I mean,
tell WJZ this is a case of mistaken identity. That Blue was killed because the suspect was suspicious of why he was just sitting in his car talking on his phone for so long, when Blue was only waiting for a refrigerator to be delivered. We're still working to...
Got you.
Right. So like, I know you want to you can't believe it. You're like, nah, I gotta be.
Yeah.
Some team had to, be like the contractor bid it. The 16-year-old thug bid it on the house, and that guy won it over. No, it's not that deep.
So let me ask you this. Can I ask you this?
Because all of these shells, because he was sitting in his car too long on the phone.
Yeah.
Think about it. If that's your hood, and you come up and say something to the nigga, and he don't say and think about it. All right, let me just say
ammo's expensive. You got to be more
no,
economical with it.
Yeah. No, everything you're saying makes sense. No, everything you were saying makes sense.
Let me talk to Stunner. You're sitting in your car, right? You're on your phone. I roll up. I say something to you. Who the fuck is you, cuz? Stunner.
And if you a son man, and you have
and you're not armed, and you're not,
yes, you're dead. Yeah, you're done for.
So it don't have to be necessarily like, it could have been a brief exchange.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
If even that with the son man.
If even that, right.
Yeah.
No, like I said, I believe me, I'm always standing on. It don't have to have no rhyme or reason. It don't have to have no rhyme or reason, and all you got to do is be in proximity of some people, and it can happen to you.
Chance encounter.
0 to 100 real quick.
This guy was waiting. He was sitting in his car. He was being watched. He didn't know he was being watched by some local homie. And you also have to remember, these guys have beef. These little Sun teens have people shooting at them all the time. They just shot at some other people. They're on their block. They're in their hood. They don't know you because you're not from there. It's not like
You're
he's
right.
one of the fucking people that lives in the neighborhood.
You're right. They don't know that car. That's a new car. Yeah.
Right.
They don't know his
They're
car.
anticipating it.
That's a new car.
Talking on the fucking phone, and they like, oh shit, man, that could be the niggas we shot at. One of the fucking hundreds, dozens of niggas we shot at over the whatever course or whatever.
Or he could be with them, scouting us out. We're getting ready to call them in on us.
Yeah, he's 16. He's 16. He's a fucking hothead. And he just goes up and either sprays the car, shoots the guy dead, or goes up and questions him in a brief exchange and then leaves the gunfire. If this guy's wife is a cop, I'm sure this guy carries.
Affairs was behind the killing. Now, multiple sources tell WJZ this is a case of mistaken identity. That Blue was killed because the suspect was suspicious of why he was just sitting in his car talking on his phone for so long when Blue was only waiting for a refrigerator to be delivered. We're still working to confirm the details, and police are not commenting on that alleged motive. They did make a quick arrest in the case. 18-year-old Mervo High student Siahu Kargbo, who's been charged.
Well, there go your brother, Osa. Osa, your brother, man.
Oh, Lord.
Damn,
shit,
Osa.
that's my cousin the whole time and shit. That's my cousin.
Actually, kind of look like you, Ock.
They got the same hairstyle and everything.
It's a young Ock right there.
What do you think about this, though, Osa, man? Well,
Yeah.
you Baltimore. You know Baltimore.
Yeah, nah, I mean, I think it is the way that it's coming out. He looked hot sitting in the car just like that. He could be any, it don't matter. It ain't that deep. Yeah, it don't. He's sitting in the car. That's hot. You're not from around there. Nobody's seen your car before. And when it comes to like your ops, you really just looking for any sunman.
Right. They probably they definitely into it with somebody.
Yeah, but it's like he don't gotta be. He just gotta be a sunman. Like that's it, and that's it. Like he just offer. Like it doesn't have to be. It's not deep at all. It would be nice if there was some rhyme or reason.
Yeah,
it would be nice. And I know what I think that was WP who was saying like brothers do be leading double lives. Like I know we be watching these stories sometimes and we'll see like the old lady, she'd be like, he was such a good kid, and we be thinking she's stupid because it's like obvious. It's like, nah, if that old lady, the only thing she's ever seen him do is help her with her groceries, why would she think anything else of him?
Right. Yo, also, you said no rhyme or reason. Can you imagine being a detective on this case? Like, where the fuck do you start?
Nah, they seen this shit. Yeah, they seen this shit all the time. That's
why the murder they don't solve shit. I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
They solved this one though.
Yeah,
they got a quick arrest.
Never mind.
Yeah, high school. You go to Mervo and everything. It's a big high school too.
Yeah, listen, man. This is what I was talking about. Did you see the first case also with the son man, the real estate agent?
Yeah, that was sad. Yeah.
You're like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it don't. I just think that like you're a son man, you're in another neighborhood. Because when you're a real estate agent, we used to see white guys come in our neighborhood all the time. Like, remember when they was giving away all those arms, those adjusted rate mortgages back in the first housing boom, the first bubble,
2008,
like the early the one before that, the one like 2003 or something like that.
I mean, that was when it burst in 8.
That first one that burst. Yeah, when it was you'd always see white guys in suits with like clipboards looking around your hood. You'd be like, who the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? But you never thought nothing. You knew it was you, and then you'd be like, oh, that's some dude. That's just some dude like fucking looking at a house. But you see a bunch of Migos, standing around, fucking, waiting to get to work and shit. You never thought about it. But I could just imagine a son man.
Yeah.
We would be like, oh, the fuck is
right. Yo, he been sitting in that car way too long, man. Hey, such and such. Hey, go check him out.
That makes sense. Like,
It's so nice to live in this like child African soldier world in African America now.
Yo, that's white privilege in a sense, right?
Yeah, that's definitely white privilege. Yeah, definitely, because you know you're not. They don't see you. It's kind of like me and a Latino neighbor. Like if I went to fucking Langley Park, and them motherfuckers wouldn't. Nobody looks at me twice when I'm in Langley Park.
Right. Unless you're up to no good, but other than that, but
I
if it
ain't
was
up to
me
no good
walking,
though.
but if I was walking through there,
If you
do
was
they
walking
gang
through
bang right
Langley
there?
Park, yeah, they would fucking be looking at you funny and shit.
Yeah, if they gang banging, then they would look at me like, "Who? They're probably gonna come shoot at us."
Yeah, so it's just
Sitting in cars is dangerous in the hood.
yeah, man. It's a listen, man. This illuminates more. This sheds more light on that first case. That's all I wanted to do.
Charged with murder.
The male wearing khaki pants, possibly a school uniform.
Detectives.
He killed him in his school uniform.
Argbo, who's been charged with murder.
The male wearing khaki pants, possibly a school uniform.
Detectives tracked the suspect's movement, which led them to a great piece of evidence, which helped them break through.
The victim's son was on the phone with him at the time of the killing. He later wrote about those terrifying moments in a tribute to his father on GoFundMe. You didn't deserve to be murdered in broad daylight waiting for a refrigerator. You were minding your business when you were mistakenly identified a street over from your mother's house and murdered. I heard.
Damn.
Wow.
Wow. So the son was on the phone. So that son knows like what the conversation was about. So the guy must have came and said, you know, accused him of being somebody.
Right.
The guy's like, hold on, I ain't so and so. He should have drew right there. See, this is the thing I talk about. You can't compete because you have to draw right then.
Yes.
And a lot of people like Marcy, and God bless Marcy, that talk that two-way stuff. They get into a little interaction with the son, man, and they ain't drawing first. They not whipping out and busting his kid.
And if you draw right then, that guy may back off because he's like, oh, I don't want to deal with the guy with the gun already out.
When I go pick up some of my players, because you know I coach basketball, right?
Oh yeah.
So when I go pick up some of my players in the hood, the blicky's on the lap, man. It's on the lap, and don't make me wait more than 15 to 20 seconds for you to come out, or I'm been in the block. I'm not just sitting out in front of your crib. Like I'm shocked that this dude would even pull that move. Like his mom lived on the other block. He should have known. Like like Osa said, that was hot. What he was doing was hot. It was inviting a problem.
Yeah, I mean,
not to blame him because that shit should not have happened to him. But it was hot.
Nah, but sometimes
broad daylight. Jeez.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Sometimes though, it's broad daylight, and you'd be like, "All right, it's business hours." Like,
it's cool.
Yeah, it should be. All right.
But still, Osa, come on, man.
No, but here's the thing too. Like you're on the phone with the guy. You're like, "Hey, I need the refrigerator," and he's like, "Oh, I'm he, you know how you do? Oh, I'm 5 minutes away."
Right.
And then you're like, I'm gonna be. He's like, "Oh, just come outside," and then you're like, "All right, I'm gonna be waiting outside in my car." And he when he say he 5 minutes away, he was still on the fucking highway. And then you might call him back like, where you at? He's like, oh yeah, I'll be there in 2 minutes. And then the 2 minutes turn to 20 minutes, and you've been sitting in the fucking car. And you're not thinking like, oh, I'm in a fucking gang neighborhood and some thug's gonna come up and shoot me. You're just sitting there fucking negotiating when the guy's gonna fucking be
Plus
there.
his mom live on the street over, so he's already got a familiarity. It's
Yeah,
not
he's
like
familiar.
he's in the other side of town. He ain't never been before, so it's not. He wasn't loafing that bad.
Should have known better.
I
What do you say? Should have known better then?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah,
I think
nothing he could have done.
Yeah, it's just nothing he could have done.
It just speaks volumes of the stand, man. Jeez.
Hell yeah. That's
That's terrible. That's terrible. And Ak, your point is made with this story, bro.
There's nothing he could do. It's just like it just happened. It's like it's kind of like a bird shits on you. I've been shadowed by a bird. Like literally, not my car, but me. And I was like, damn, like this shit really happens. Like I never thought it could happen. And it just happened. Like it just happens.
Tribute to his father on GoFundMe. You didn't deserve to be murdered in broad daylight waiting for a refrigerator. You were minding your business when you were mistakenly identified a street over from your mother's house and murdered. I heard 20 shots on the phone, but I couldn't believe that they were at you. Last week, I spoke to a neighbor who rushed to comfort his dad.
Just imagine, hearing shots and just saying, Dad, 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 and nobody's speaking in return.
No bullshit.
I can't even imagine. I cannot imagine.
As for those open warrants, one was issued December 28th in Baltimore City, allegedly for discharging a firearm. It was never served. The other was for his home. Baltimore County Police had linked him to an armed robbery. We're looking for evidence. Well, that wasn't served.
So 2 warrants never served. Yeah, 2 warrants that would never serve. One for discharging firearm, one for a robbery.
Marilyn Mosby.
And then he goes on to kill that guy.
Country's so rough on the Sunman, man.
No, it's not fair.
They defunded
man.
them police to deliver warrants too.
Yeah, it's
Marilyn Mosby. We not dealing with crime.
Yeah. So it looks like I think Baltimore is like, yeah, these stories are so sad, and like, I mean, it's just sad, man. Like, see these brothers.
This program contains
and it's
graphic
not like
images and
one. If it was just one, and you could say something, that's twice this year that particular story, a Sunman realtor at a property, just come up and body shit.
20 shots.
That's a big bowl of sad, Chief. And then his son on the phone. You can't make this shit up.
Here's a story about the neighborhood. Here's the neighborhood. Let's see what kind of neighborhood the first guy got killed in. Not the
Park
guy
Heights.
We just
Oh God.
Oh yeah, you know about that?
Yeah, Park Heights is live. Park Heights is live.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Northwest
Mayor Scott
Baltimore.
promised to reduce the deadly violence while he was campaigning, saying homicides would drop by 15% each year. Today, 2 years after he was sworn in, the crime crisis rages on. We have live team coverage of the bloodshed, starting with Fox 45's Jeff Abel, and a look at what the mayor's done about crime during his time in office so far. Jeff?
Well, despite some bold promises, there are questions tonight whether the mayor's crime plan is really an effective plan.
In many corners of the city, you'll be hard-pressed to find anyone convinced the streets are growing safer.
Man, I have not talked to anybody in this city that says they feel a little bit safer.
And their true allegiance. It was 2 years ago today when Baltimore welcomed a new mayor who brought a whole new round of promises.
Look how crazy they look, those masks on. Make sure you hit the PayPal, Cash App, Super Chat. Support the channel, guys. PayPal, Cash App, Super Chat. Support the channel.
2 years
Yeah,
ago
but they
today
won't
when
vote
Baltimore
for a
welcomed a
Republican.
new mayor who brought a whole new round of promises.
I will aim to reduce homicides by 15% each year in my term, getting us below 300 homicides in my first year.
But by the time the mayor had settled into office, his bold promises had begun to fade. Homicides have consistently soared, not below, but above the 300 mark both years of the Mayor Scott's administration. By the end of the summer, violent crime had increased 15% compared to the year before.
At what point does it become clear to us that it is not working?
This summer, city council members demanded a different crime plan, but Mayor Scott pressed on, often dodging questions.
We asked for just a question. Just a quick moment.
Mayor Scott, how do you plan to delineate?
The mayor's 5-year crime plan expands community violence reduction groups like Safe Streets and expands the war on illegal.
3 of these guys were murdered last year. 3 of them. 3 of them.
Because they were all of them was still out doing their thing.
You know about those cases?
Yes, all of them. And also, just a personal question: how did your man's hair grow that much so fast?
Brandon.
Hey, real quick, would you say the silhouettes on this Safe Street poster, do these really look like Sunman to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all
It's
are
got the
racist.
Baltimore Oreo
We are
colors.
talking about
Oh, okay.
a disease of violence that has existed in Baltimore for over 50 years. And the people of Baltimore want it to be handled the right way. And they also understand that it's bigger than the police department.
Clearly, there's nobody connected to that office that knows what they're doing.
Community activist Kenji Scott believes the problem begins with the department's top brass, and the city cannot afford 2 more years of business as usual.
Why Brandon won't fire him, I do not know. But clearly, we need a new coach. We need somebody in that police department that know what they're doing. People are dying every
He's blaming the police department.
Wow.
I can't believe this is like the Twilight Zone.
Yep.
Well, you know his 5-year plan, right? And when that 5 years when that 5 years is done, what he will come out and say, well, we didn't have enough money. We didn't put enough money into those programs over that 5 years.
Oh God.
Yeah, the programs just failed.
Salute the Deluxe 247, the real MVP, aka Cal Ripken, coming through for the 1,000th straight night. Salute to you, bro.
But Mayo, I'm sorry.
This is my point. Like, they're blaming the police department when the police are making the arrests and the prosecutor's letting them out. It's the prosecutor. It's not the fucking police. It's the prosecutor.
Ding, ding, ding.
Who is a law enforcement officer.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
And it's not about money. And it's not about money either. Brandon is sitting on a ton of federal money that he's not using. A ton of money.
Yeah. Let's Shaggy. What do you think about this, Shaggy? Shaggy ain't getting in there yet. Is he still on here? Is he still on
here?
Yeah. Okay. What's up?
No, I kind of tuned out for the last few minutes actually.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Shaggy getting high. Sure.
This ain't time to play no kid games.
Well, also plaguing the police department is the issue of staffing. The department still remains hundreds of officers short. We're live tonight. Jeff Abel, Fox 45 News.
Word, the same thing is happening everywhere else.
Has brought several other high-profile issues. Just yesterday, we told you about the campaign finance report showing he accepted a donation from businessman J.P. Grant. Grant is part of a company that was awarded $12 million.
Yeah, I don't want to get into the politics, but
declining population, increasing crime, generational poverty. For decades, Baltimore has been struggling to find solutions.
As Project Baltimore's Chris Papps explains, one community leader believes the answer to a better future lies in the past.
This is East Baltimore, the east part of East Baltimore.
Pastor P.M. Smith knows his city.
I've only ever lived in East Baltimore.
Born here in the 1940s.
That whole corner, they're drug dealers. Been here for years.
Smith grew up in a Baltimore that's very different than the one he lives in today.
Oh, no, they're not on my corner. One of the things is the breakdown of the family. We always have to start there. No consequences here or there. So the result is going to be what? Courts, courtrooms, right? Incarceration, right? We in trouble.
When Smith was young in the 50s, most households, including his own, had 2 parents. The community worked together and looked out for each other's children.
We never had enough money. It was 6 kids, but there was one message from my parents and from everybody in my community. Boy, you got to get your education. If you get your education, nobody can take it from you.
Back then, Baltimore was a robust city with nearly 400,000 more residents than it has today. But while...
Wow. So that means gliders. The gliders left. Those 4,000 were gliders that white flight the fuck up out of there.
Devils.
It was thriving. It was also segregated.
Secondhand facilities, secondhand books, secondhand furniture, but I had first-class teachers.
As a teenager, Smith was part of the 3rd integrated class to attend high school at City College.
That previous generation was aware of segregation and the coming of integration, and they made a decision to prepare some of us to enter those integrated schools and represent our people.
Do you feel the public school system in Baltimore was better in 1950 than it is today?
Absolutely. The standard there was mastery. If you didn't master the subject matter between September and December. You repeated it.
After grad.
Damn. Yeah,
Social promotion.
America's I think that's across the board in America. It's lax. The achievement and the standard of everything is less.
Pre-social promotion that time.
No more
Equity.
meritocracy.
Equity.
Yeah.
Equity. That's what.
And the parents actually accept it. If my child isn't up to the standards, then she or he should not. I don't even want them to be passed on. I want them to actually get an education and be on par. Now, if you do that, oh, it's racist and it's only because of the curriculum that you're teaching them, blah, 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 blah.
Between September and December, you repeated it.
After graduation, Smith attended Coppin State and later earned a law degree from the University of Michigan. Then
it's home.
He returned to Baltimore.
It's home. And it was almost like I was programmed to come back. This is the community I grew up in, not only birthed me, but they buoyed me, they elevated me and lifted me up, and they set boundaries for me.
Amazing is his grace. Is that what we're going to sing this morning?
In the mid-'80s, Smith realized his life was meant for a different purpose.
Come on, let's stand together. I call the words of Deuteronomy.
He left his law career and became pastor of Huber Memorial Church in Northeast Baltimore.
That both you and your future.
A few years later, he opened Hope Academy.
Because that's the only way you affect change. You cannot do it from the outside. You can only do it from the inside. And too many in my generation got up, got out, and did not come back.
You're my only friend still in the hallway. Let's go.
His goal?
So the problem is all them sellouts.
Yeah, but they all still alive.
Exactly. And they fucking made the right decision, man.
They did.
And their kids didn't get shot, and they got good educations.
Yep. Yep. Let me go to Chicago, man.
PM Smith's a good brother, though. He's a soldier. He is, but
no, I ain't taking nothing from him. But
he
salute to that brother.
Yeah,
and he ain't blaming the other social justice bullshit that everybody else.
While you're going to Chicago, Tom Clancy wrote Without Remorse about dealing with crime in Baltimore. And that was like written in the 80s about the 70s. So, I mean, it's not like it's anything new.
No,
it's not new. Yeah, it's not new.
Yo, buckle up, Ag Nation.
We going to Chicago.
We're going to the dark heart of Blackistan.
Yo,
put your vest on. Put your vest on.
Right.
Get behind the sandbag.